Welcome to the Life Without Iano's podcast. I'm Yayon's house.
Welcome to another Let's Wing It episode of the Life with Ariana's podcast.
Well, hindi naman, love. It depends din
yeah.
kasi.
It really depends.
With, you know, if minsan there are just random topics that we want to discuss. Minsan it's not even, minsan it wasn't even something that we thought of doing like the week before. Wala. This is another one of those, parang, hey, how about we talk about this?
Yeah, and I think this week, parang we want to talk about, you know, legacy. And that legacy term, for me, was more than ordinary. Parang when my mom talked about...
Where is this coming from? Why of all the things that we could have discussed, what was it about legacy?
I guess over the weekend, you know, I spent time with a few friends, multiple days, different occasions. And parang there was that general... I guess parang a common denominator. You know, a friend giving, or not naman giving importance, but it is super important, but a friend mentioning that because he has daughters, all girls, parang yung surname niya hindi na mako-continue.
Okay.
Or a friend, you know, talking about you know, what paano ba, relationship niya with the kids. And this is just like in general. So parang I would like to talk about, if I want to generalize it a bit, I think it's fair and appropriate to actually coin it as legacy. Tama ba? Okay. I feel. But let's shift back to...
Pero nagulat ka rin because as you looked into the word legacy...
Hindi, ito nga yun eh. Ito yun eh. I actually just Googled it. I just Googled legacy a few minutes ago because...
Not real, okay, yeah.
Because when the topic first came up among siblings and my mom's there, syempre automatically parang, wait, hold on, legacy is such a big word. Nanggaling sa akin yan. So I guess, iba yung definition ko ng legacy. Parang legacy, naisip ko agad, it's such a grand word.
You understood it to be something else.
Yes, I understood it to be something else. My bad. Alright, that was my bad. So anyway, cut the long story short, we Googled legacy and this is the definition, one of the definitions of legacy. It's something that is passed on. But legacy can take many forms.
Yeah.
A legacy may be of one's faith, ethics, and core values. A legacy may be monetary or your assets. A legacy may come from one's character, reputation, and the life you lead, setting an example for others and to guide their futures.
Okay.
So, for you, before even...
Well, for me, if you were to ask me, I would have just thought of the best things about someone that you remember.
Pretty much, no?
Yeah.
Parang ganon. Why do you think because that's your definition and that's
what I thought legacy was.
Tama naman eh. No, I mean, tama rin naman eh,
yeah,
di
but
ba?
I didn't realize na, okay,
There are
pwede din pala
different
in the
legacies.
form of like monetary. Kasi actually yung akin, it was more like just core values.
Right.
And the person that the best traits that this person is known for, yun yung naaalala ng marami.
And I think that's, ako rin, yun yung parang umusbong.
Pagkakaintindi mo.
Yung pagkakaintindi ko. And parang feeling ko more important than the others. Ako, I guess for me. I guess for me. Like, I remember this story. I forgot na how many years ago, but I visited my brother, you know, in the States. And we played, at that time, I think he just graduated high school there. But when we played with other Americans, black and white, mixed, whatever, nagulat ako, he was trash talking.
Okay.
Anton was trash talking.
Okay.
And I was like, syempre being the kuya, being like, 10 years older. Sabi ko, what are you doing? Like, sabi ko, what are you doing? Sabi ko, you are carrying the name Arellano. It was, for me, that was such an
Parang
important...
medyo...
You do not
Malaman
tarnish,
yung-
parang do not tarnish the name Arellano. And, of course, sinabi naman ni Anton na parang, no, it was... Of course, he's very apologetic about it. But I totally understand where he's coming from.
But it
Because
was just a lot of good fun.
It's on the court. Not off the court. You know what I mean? And that's his personality being a
It's
sports
just
guy.
something that he becomes when he's on that court.
Oh.
And I don't think he plays like that in general. Maybe just on that specific court.
Or anyway, basta he's just sports guy. So that's his part of his personality. But
For you,
umusbong sa akin na parang, what are you doing?
I'm sure for him it's like, whoa, kuya.
Yeah, no.
Relax.
No. He was like,
I was like, whoa.
no. I
Okay.
remember that he was like, I'm so sorry, kuya. No. We had that, naman eh. I was like, that's why it's so important for me. Whatever I do, I'm using the name Arellano. That has been taken care of.
Yes.
By my dad.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I don't. That's what I feel.
Actually, love, I think kaya rin medyo may laman tong legacy sa'yo because I think when your dad passed away, I think it was during that time during his wake where people would come and visit and then you heard all these beautiful stories about him. I think it was then that you realized this was my dad's legacy.
Could be. And
Which is why I think there's that importance.
there
to
I
it.
can like
And there's that bigat. Para sa'yo.
there merong weight.
Yeah.
May weight and may value tong topic na to. And it could be also my driving force why I'm doing what I'm doing. Trying to inspire and trying to like leave a mark kahit paano if I could leave a mark, a positive one.
I see where you're coming from and it doesn't help that I know what led you to want to talk about this because aside from I see kasi what your dad has done and the legacy that he's left behind. Tapos biglang you rode with your friends and then you happen to also be talking about these things of legacies, things that you would leave behind.
Oh, you're eating. Good job, buddy. Good job. So our 4-year-old son leaving
Silly
a
one.
legacy, a silly one.
And then we happened to also watch a play, which was actually about a legacy.
That's
about,
true. Good point.
Diba?
Ang pag-uusig.
Ang pag-uusig play. na medyo dumugo ang aming
na
ulo.
hindi namin alam.
Medyo yung brain cells ko
Good job.
nung afternoon na yon, it was like on a verge.
Right. But good job to the cast.
to the whole cast and
production
to
team.
Direct Dennis who directed it. Pag-uusig. But yeah, that play was actually about a guy who he chose to die an honest man.
And not tarnish his name.
And not tarnish his name.
He had the choice.
Yes.
To actually say na,
to either live, to live but lie. To lie but live.
To lie but live.
Or to die an honest man.
Correct. And
Because
which
he didn't
chose.
want to tarnish his name. So parang I see why kung bakit ka na papunta sa legacy.
Right. So,
Because of that, napilitan din tuloy tayo to search on the word legacy. Only for us also to discover that, okay, it comes din pala in different forms. And then makes you realize the different types of legacy pala that are being passed on.
yeah, like
So you have your dad and his relationships, and then of course your mom has a different type of legacy that that she wants to pass on. And if it weren't for today, then we may not have understood of these things.
right. I don't know. It's funny that sometimes you chance upon a certain topic. Na we discussed about this topic briefly a few minutes ago before even starting to talk about it. And hindi mo alam na biglang may mamumunga na memory or alaala.
Yeah.
And it will just branch
Yeah.
out to different core memories, or at the same time, parang, I guess, yun nga, stories that we heard, and we're trying to connect everything together.
At saka hindi lang namumunga ng mga stories, but may mga namumungang mga pag-aaral, even just for us, without us realizing it. Okay. So what are the legacies that, when you think of your dad's legacies, what are those that you wish to also pass on?
For me, it's I guess it's just being there for others.
Okay. Because
outside of the family,
because
like, not because it's
someone else's legacy might not be a legacy that you want to pass on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Diba?
Like sometimes
you,
it's funny. Sometimes when I know of certain people, whatever, politics, religion, people from politics, people from religion, and I'm like, why did they do that? Parang, don't they know na they have a name?
Yeah.
And parang na yung mga
anak nila
or relatives nila. That's why I'm so like very like walking on eggshells naman, or very highly sensitive with regards to our name.
Reputation.
The reputation that we have. Because I know, sabihin na natin, mawala na ang lahat, meron tayong yung pangalan natin. Yung sinigaw nga niya na,
pangalan ko to! Ito lang ang meron ako! It was from the play Pag-uusig.
Yeah.
But
So,
with its intensity, it needs that level of intensity for you to realize,
Oo nga, no?
This is your name.
It's your name. It's your name.
Oo.
How important for you? Sige, kasi you know already, right now, I just explained to you that it's so important for me to take care of that name. How important is it to you?
I guess it is. I give it importance. I understand its importance, but I guess I don't want to be pressured by it.
Yeah.
Diba? Kasi parang, I get why you think like legacy. Parang it's
Diba?
medyo...
You know what? Unang pumasok sa isipan ko, of course, I'm an NBA fan. Unang pumasok sa isipan ko is
Michael
LeBron
Jordan?
or Michael Jordan. Parang leaving, diba when they interview people, lalo na yung mga tong, top players, parang leaving a legacy. Parang wow.
Yeah.
So when my mom said legacy, whoa, hold on, LeBron James, you know what I mean? I was wrong, apparently. Apparently, yun nga, it comes in different
It can come in
forms.
different
Yeah.
forms.
So I think it's just really nice to talk about this. One, I realized na mali ako. Diba? Two, I guess I need to give more importance to what my 75-year-old mom was trying to talk about with regards to
And the legacy that she's trying to leave behind.
Correct.
Live behind.
Live behind.
Live behind.
Yeah, and I guess to be highly sensitive lang of what we want to leave. Not just sa kids but because we're already public figures. And I'm going back to this kwento. Remember the time when, and I have to be very, very honest. Remember the time, and we talked about this. Remember the time when people would ask autographs from me? I'm like, huh? Like, what do you...
So you mean, remember the time when you weren't that accommodating of
hindi ako accommodating
fans?
Because hindi naman nila alam yung reason.
And supporters.
Ang reason ko was, Jahe, bakit ako? Hindi, wag. So, yun yung, diba? That was the... And then, I realized, when I was doing, biyahe and whatnot, I really have to embrace it. I have to embrace, because Biyahe ni Drew is a show wherein, thankfully, unfortunately, people watch nga to learn like, meron pala ganyan sa ganyan, meron pala ganyan sa ganyan. So, whenever they see me, they feel like, uy.
They feel like they know you.
They feel like they know me. And if I hadn't shift the mindset to be, mga pala, I understand now my role
as a public figure.
As a public figure, and that person na who I really am naman talaga.
And the Drew on Biyahe ni Drew that you're carrying.
Oo. At the same time, di ba parang, yun yung nagbago ng isip ko na parang, now I get it.
Yeah.
Now I get it. That's why I'm apologizing to the people who I kind of...
Pasensya na po sa mga tao na snilaban ni Drew.
No, because I didn't know. I didn't know.
It's not that he's a snob. He's just really jahe.
Jahe lang talaga ako because I know that you were...
But I have to say, you're much better now.
I'm much better now.
You're much better now.
Okay. All right. Thank you for letting me know.
You're much better now. Minsan nga, mas entertaining ka pa nga kaysa sa akin. Kasi ikaw, sa'yo naman talaga nila gusto magpa-picture. Alam ko yung iba dyan napipilitan ng magpa-picture sa akin because asawa ako ni Drew.
No,
or nanay kasi ako ni Prima.
That is not true. That is not true.
No, love, it's true. And I'm okay with that.
Oh, no.
I love being your wife. I love being Prima's mom.
Super.
But, yeah, he's really made a shift.
Yeah, oh, man. And I think that shift is grand. It was important for me to have failed nga, for me to realize na this is what I need to do.
What was it that made you realize that? Was there an instance where a fan said something to you that made you realize na?
Yeah, remember this kwento. Ikaw binigwit mo pa ako. So I was shooting for Biyahe ni Drew. And I think...
love, that's different naman. Konting distansya lang po.
So sabi ko, because with Biyahe ni Drew, there are no scripts. And sometimes, we do very spontaneous type of shoot, di ba? My cameraman Ray and Jeff.
And and you being the very spontaneous guy,
Super spontaneous
you
guy.
kind of got to be ready to shoot him.
Right. So we were shooting, I think sa bridge yan ng mangroves. And then I was already
about to spill.
No. I was talking already.
Already
I was already talking, and then there were tourists na parang, can we have this picture? Like,
Idol, pa-picture.
Konting spasyo lang po.
Konting spasyo lang po.
And this became a running joke. And I saw the disappointment.
But what he meant, love.
Sorry po.
What he meant was because he was already shooting. Kaya when he said konting distance lang po,
sorry,
because
kasi
he was already...
It's hard rin because when people... It's hard when people... Parang nag-shift na tayo ng but... it's hard rin kasi when you're working with spontaneity, with no scripts, you gotta be fast in your head, di ba? Because you're talking and explaining and whatever, ganyan. So medyo na-throw off lang ako kapag... This is my... Of course, they don't know that it's my work.
Yeah.
That this is my craft. Parang, I can't say naman parang, can I go to your office? And then in the middle of your job, can I do this? It's, So anyway, I think...
What did he say? What was the remark?
I think he tagged me on Twitter. Ano yun? Konting espasyo mo, mukha mo, or something to that effect. Which I replied saying, I apologize. And then that kind of, I apologize because I was working and I hope, I truly apologize. And then he apologized too. Pasensya na, kasi parang...
Idol ka namin.
Parang gusto namin makilala, makasama, makita, ganyan. Which I totally understand as well. Yeah. It's just hard in that situation when, But yeah. That was the shift.
Yeah. And that's definitely not the kind of legacy that you would want to leave behind.
No way.
And when you think about it, the success also of Biyahe ni Drew is because of these people that are supporting the show and watching you.
Super.
And because nakakatuwa ka naman kasi talaga. Sa show na yun. Even if minsan I'm like, why did my husband say that? My husband and his punchlines. But no, love, I also find what's important then about legacies is that it determines din kasi the kind of life that you live now.
Yun. Yun yung isa pa na parang I would... Di ba parang...
It will guide you. It'll serve as a guide.
Di ba, tama ba? Parang I'd like to think that we're kahit pa paano relatively living, just a simple life.
Well, I love the life that I live. Oh.
Wow. No. I think how we are. would also pave the way how the kids think that
Of course, this is always what we hope and what we pray for. We never really know.
No, we don't know. We don't know. But
We
through
never
actions,
really know, but we really would love to believe that through modeling, this is what our children will pick up. And not that we're we're perfect people, but
And we're not
even
even-
through our imperfections, we like to also take these opportunities to teach our children how to be, and what do you call it? How to apologize. How to take
it's all about
failures.
giving respect and staying humble.
And how to take failures.
How to take...
How to take failures.
because people fail. You
Yeah.
need to fail in order to succeed.
Yeah, so
That's
even
what they
when we
need to
fail
know.
with parenting moments, we take those moments to apologize.
We fail all the time.
Because I guess that's also a part of it.
Super.
Diba? So importante then that we think about. I think it would be beautiful also for you guys to think about the legacies that your parents, who are hopefully still living, because as I'm sure as early as now that there are legacies that they are already trying to leave behind with you guys.
Right.
So I think it would be nice to think about these legacies and give value to them.
Give value to them, and at the same time, if sabihin na natin, you want to create your own legacy,
Yes.
which is I think highly important.
Yes.
Because
'Cause
there are some
are some legacies that we said that a legacy could be a legacy of pain and
suffering
that
the
people
war.
left behind.
What was
So
that? The war brought about a legacy of pain and suffering,
Yeah,
which is a
so-
very that's the negative side. Pare.
Exactly. You might want to change and redirect your legacy to be something else that you want to
Something
pass on.
positive. Absolutely. A mindset. Yun nga yung sabi nila, parang mindset, a type of religion.
Faith,
Yeah, faith, monetary,
core values.
core values. Correct. Yeah. Okay, wala lang. I
So
just
okay ka na? Nailabas
yeah,
mo na? Okay, you need to hug it out. You need to hug it out. It's okay. Alright, I love you, love. I believe in your legacy. Okay.
I think it shouldn't be grand like I thought it was.
It can be grand.
It can be. It doesn't
is
have to be.
grand.
No, it doesn't have to be. Parang, that's why sometimes, kaya ako medyo nagulat at it rubbed me the wrong way because I thought it was something major.
When your mom mentioned that.
And like, hold on.
Sorry, Mama.
Sorry, Mama. I mean, that was
Pasensya mo
miscommunication.
na to.
That was my bad. That was my fault. But yeah, I guess that's if there's one conclusion from our discussion is that it's not just the legacy that your legacy is not just about what you do, diba? But how it could affect other people. I mean, of course, with your offsprings, syempre. Pero with other people around you is also important. What if, and then this is one big reason why we're doing the podcast. What if one sentence that we uttered could actually change their mindset, or make their day
Or giving them a perspective that
say visualization.
visualization. Pag-uusig na lang.
Pag-uusig.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was a great topic, love.
Your topic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes me think about, my mom's legacy.
Oh man, your mom's legacy will just
My mom and my dad's,
absolutely.
Yeah. Even with faults and everything, there is still a legacy. And a legacy maybe even for you to learn from.
Absolutely. More importantly.
Welcome to the Life Without Iano's podcast. I'm Yayon's house.